Welcome to Be Less Stupid, the show for people interested in facts and not opinion. The show for people interested in information about how the world really works. The show for people still wondering what the hell was that thing on Ted Cruz's lip during the last Republican debate. 2 weeks later, still seeing that thing makes me pronounce this one-syllable word with 2 syllables. Ew. On today's special edition of Be Less Stupid, I'm going to explain what a contested convention is. In the case of the Republicans, it's what will happen if one candidate doesn't finish the primaries with the needed 1,237 committed delegates. But before I get to the finer points, first the big picture. Here's the imagery you should have in your mind of what a Republican contested convention will look like. Think of a recent Donald Trump rally. Only instead of a handful of nutbags yelling racial insults and throwing punches in a Holiday Inn ballroom, imagine a stadium in Cleveland where everything is red, white, and blue, except the urinal biscuits, which were previously white but are now painted black. Otherwise, Sean Hannity would be bitching about people peeing on 50% of the flag's stripes. And the place is filled with everyone's weird uncle, who inexplicably wears a camouflage jacket and carries a Bowie knife on his belt, except the closest he's ever come to the military is rooting for Sergeant Slaughter in the original WrestleMania. And Colonel Fruited Plain has also brought along his wife, a former Little Miss Vidalia Onion contestant who recently chose Larry the Cable Guy as America's most trusted newsman. Plus, at Trump rallies, people are wearing trucker hats with slogans like WWJP, meaning, who would Jesus punch? Meanwhile, at the Republican convention, everyone's wearing a stupid hat like this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. These hats are so awful. By comparison, they make George Bush's paintings look like Picasso's. Not Pablo, though. His brother, Jeb Picasso. Okay, so a Republican candidate needs the votes from 1,237 delegates in order to become the party nominee. And while Trump will have won a plurality of delegate votes, today he has 683, he might not reach the magic number by the first convention ballot. In which case, delegates will then be freed up, depending on the rules from their own state, to vote for whomever they'd like on the second convention ballot, or third or fourth if necessary. Meanwhile, Trump delegates will now be able to cast their vote for Ted Cruz or John Kasich or Mitt Romney, or even Cliven Bundy if they feel like it. And it's between the first ballot and the eventual final ballot that the fun actually happens. That's because in an effort to entice delegates to switch their allegiance, the convention will quickly take on the moral ambiguity of a Wild West saloon, the veracity of a sideshow carnival, the false earnestness of a Promise Keepers convention, all tossed together with a generous helping of Ted Nugent concert Serenity. CNN's John King's head will literally explode. Way back, party bosses used to negotiate and make promises in smoke-filled back rooms. However, thanks to everyone's fear of cancer from secondhand smoke, the smoke-filled back room has been replaced by a 10-foot by 10-foot roped-off area outside the arena, sandwiched between the dumpster and the NRA booth giving away baby's first Glocks to all new parents. So, given the hostile and dishonest climate, along with Republican Party's various splinter factions and the volatility of Trump supporters, it's going to be hard to keep secrets and make promises to delegates that no one intends to keep in order to take from Trump that which he has rightly won. So when it comes to July's Republican convention, the closest thing to compare it to is, well, a Survivor Show tribal council. Everyone knows that players can promise their vote to one alliance or another. You can stab competitors in the back, but that eventually, almost as if by destiny, Naked Richard Hatch is going to become the winner. Why? No one liked him, but in the end, they all realized that he played the best game, and that was worthy of both respect and their vote. Yes, Trump is Naked Richard Hatch. He'll get the votes, and hopefully, just like Hatch, he'll end up in jail for tax evasion before he takes office and Vice President Bayo ascends to the highest office in the land. Regardless of who you're voting for, You can show your disdain for the candidates by buying one of these parody campaign t-shirts, available at the website tedcruzforprez.com. It's a site I bought about a year and a half ago to, well, make fun of Ted Cruz. And now I'm selling these campaign t-shirts. You can get your Ted Cruz hated t-shirt based on his logo, Trusted, Conservative, Compassionate Douche. You can also get a shirt that says Hillary, entitled to be president since 1992. And there's a Trump shirt too that says, I could shoot someone and still not lose votes. Anyway, the shirts are just a few bucks, and 10% of all the sales go to animal rescue. I will see you next time on Be Less Stupid.